Very good morning to everybody. My name is Dr. Ramchand. I have the qualifications as BSc in Computer Science, MSc in Computer Science, MTech in Computer Science, and PhD in Computer Science. In the year 2007, I have registered for my PhD in a very great institution, in fact a university from the capital of India, which is in New Delhi, Jawaharlal Nehru University. I have graduated my PhD in the year 2012. It's a 5-year PhD program, in fact a full-time PhD program. It is a government university. And my research area was in wireless sensor networks. My research problem is transmission power control in wireless sensor networks. In fact, I have my publications, one in Scopus journal, the other one in Springer Conference. It is published as a chapter in the Springer. And then I have some University Grant Commission of India's listed journals. Apart from that, I do have few international journals and international conference publications. In fact, currently I am working on analytical model in transmission power control for wireless sensor networks. That's my recent research area. Apart from that, I have done some certifications. One is a Cisco certification for routing and switching, and the other two certifications are from EC Council. One is ethical hacking, and the other one is forensic investigation, computer hacking forensic investigation. These are the certifications I have recently done in the year 2018 July. And my subject of interest, interested to handle any core subjects of networking. Apart from that, object-oriented programming in C and C++, in fact C++ and Java, and also ready to handle any courses that is given to me as a challenge. I will carry forward to produce good results for the students. Moreover, I am very much interested in handling network courses with real-time practical exposure. And today I am here to give you a demo in the HTML programming. The moment we talk about HTML programming, it's going to be a very useful tool. In fact, I would say rather than a subject, I would say it will be a very useful tool for any person who can design their own websites, because nowadays everything is available in the online. Even if I'm going to have a small business, or even if I'm going to have my lecture videos, I can have my specific my own website wherein I can upload many informations of my own. Many of the online readers may get interested into it. Right. So in the first few lectures, we learned something about the basics of the HTML programs. I would say the formatting tags. That starts with the body tag. Of course, the moment we talk about HTML, it is always divided into two parts. The first one is the head part, and the other one is the body part. So all the contents that is displayed in the web page comes in the body part. The head part is only for the title, because the moment we see any web page that is in the website, on the left hand side on the top, you'll be finding the name of the website or the heading, the page that is going to be displayed. Right. Let me just start with the introduction today for the frame tags, because today's lecture is all about frame tags. Right. Okay. So as I said, it starts with the HTML tag, followed by the head tag, title tag, and the closing tag of the title, and then the closing tag of the head tag. In between that, we will be having our frame tag. Frame as the heading of this program, and then I will be opening my frame set. When we work with the frame sets, we will not be using the body tag. We will be starting up with the frame set. Here let's say I want to create the number of columns. COLS represents the column, which is equals to double inverted commas. I can say asterisk, comma, asterisk. You can ask me a question, teacher, what does it mean, asterisk and asterisk? If I say by default asterisk, comma, asterisk, it is all about dividing the space equally of the given web page. Even I can say some numbers like, let's say 35, 65, 65 percentage. Again, you can ask me a question, why do I say 35, 65 percentage? The moment I say 35, it is going to talk all about the number of pixels on the screen. So it will count the number of pixels. You can ask me a question again, what is a pixel? If this is my web page or the screen, you can very closely look into the screen or the monitor. You will be finding small dots. So all the dot is your pixel. So it will count the 35 dots and then it will create a column. If I say again 65, from that let's say this is going to be 35. And again it will start counting from 1 and let's say if it ends 65. The rest of the space will be taken as asterisk, wherein that will be the third column. So that is the difference between giving a asterisk and the decimal representations. So as of now, for our simple understanding or easy understanding, we'll have asterisk, comma, asterisk, and then followed by I will be saying frame name, which is equals to, let's say, left and then source. SRC is representing source, SOURCE. In short form, it is a keyword SRC. Within double inverted commas, I can say left.html, and then I close this. I can have any name as my HTML file, just to make you understand. On the left hand side of the column that is divided, first column and the second column. On the left hand side column, I will be finding my display of the left.html web page. Left.html contents. And again, I will be writing the same thing, frame name, which is equals to right src, which is equals to right.html, and then I will be closing my frame set. So this program is going to divide a given web page into the left column and the right column, and the left column will be displaying the contents of the left.html page, left.html program, and then the right, the second one is the right is going to represent, it's going to display the content of the right.html. You can ask me a question, what is meant by name and what is meant by SRC? I just before talked about SRC. I'm just giving a name to understand by myself or by the readers of the program. Column 1 and column 2. Even I can give, instead of left, I can say frame 1 and frame 2. That is also possible. Left and right is also possible. Some of you may get confused if I say frame 1, whether it is on the right hand side or it is on the left hand side. So to avoid that confusion, I just made it as left and right. Right. The moment I run this program, as usual, I will be closing my HTML tag. So this will be giving you a display of web page like this, right? And then whatever contents that the HTML left.html has will be displayed here. Whatever the content of this is the display of left.html, and this is the display of the right.html. Right. Now you can ask me a question. If you move your mouse over here, you will be able to scroll down the column that is dividing the web page. In order not to divide, or in order not to scroll the web page, I can just give one option in my frame set tag itself. No resize is equals to double inverted comma, no resize. So if I give this option, then I will not be able to scroll the divided part of my HTML program. Right. Now, this is the first step of having an HTML program. Now, if in case I wanted to have a web page that has some links on the left hand side and the contents or the images to be displayed on the right hand side. That is what you will be seeing when you always browse any website for that matters. So for that reason, I will be writing you a program that will be helping you to understand how the web page with multiple frames displays the links on the left and the content of the image display on the right hand side. So as of now, I will erase this, or I can make some small alterations in that. Okay, I'll erase this and then rewrite the one that is required for us. Okay, now frame src, frame source. So here I say frame source is equals to product.html, which means I'm going to have a separate file product.html. In that, I'll be having a default tags. Inside the body tag, I'll be having my anchor tag that will create some links for the web page on the left hand side. Let us just complete this. Target, which is equals to left, right? And then frame followed by the name, which is equals to right. Then I close my frame set. Now this is the first file. I can save it as frame.html for your kind understanding. Frame.html, or even you can say mainframe.html for your easy understanding. Now I will be giving you another program that is going to support the mainframe.html to run, so that you will get the complete display in the web page. So now for this product.html, I'm going to write a program, product.html. Okay. So as usual, I'll be having my HTML tag, then the head tag, then the title tag, and then the closing of the title tag, and then the head tag, right? Any title that you are interested with. Then again I will be having my default body tag, and in the body tag something called as href. I mean A space href. A is your anchor tag and href is your hyperlink reference. Ref is a reference. So which is equals to, let's say, swift swift dot html, right? Right. Now, so I can say target is equals to, right, because on the left you will be having the link and the target will be on the right. Now I close this and then I am just writing the same name, swift swift, then I close my anchor tag. If I close my anchor tag, which means this complete statement is finished. Now I can have multiple card names, like instead of, Swift is my first display in the link, followed by I can have Skoda, followed by I can have BMW, or any number of cars that I wanted to have. Just to make you understand, let me give you one more reference. Skoda.html, and then the target, which is equals to, again, right, SKODA, right. I close my anchor tag, then I will be closing my body tag, then I will be closing my HTML tag, right? Maybe I can give a break over here. Why? Because if I did not give break, you'll be finding all the names of my products as a horizontal display, so that if I give a break, it displays one below the other. I can have n number of links, that doesn't matter, right? So my Swift.html has to be displayed the content. Since this has some content, this very content will be displayed on the right hand side. For that reason, I'll be using it right. Okay, fine. So this is the first program. The second program, this is going to support this program, and you need two more programs, Swift.html and Scora.html. So to make you understand, since the space of the board is very small, I'll just give you a hint about how to write the Swift.html. Swift.html. As usual, you'll be having your HTML tag, and then the head tag, then the title, whatever title that you wanted to. Close your title tag, and close your head tag, and then close your open your body tag, right? And then you'll be closing your body tag here. Then you'll be closing your HTML tag. Here you'll be having your paragraph tag. You can have some information about the way of the vehicle. Swift is the best car. Right? So in a similar way, you can have one more file for your Scora.html. The same way, instead of you can just change something. Even in fact, you can have your image also. It doesn't matter. So as you know, the way how to represent the image tag. Image source is equals to, let's say I have my file in my D drive, D : image dot anything JPEG, and then close your tab. Yeah. So instead of inside the paragraph tag also, you can give your image tag. So when you click link on the web page, you will be finding Swift and Skoda. When you click Skoda, it will display you the image of the Skoda. If you click Swift, it will display the content of the Swift. And for your information, the web page will look like this. Let's say this is going to be your web page. You will be having two columns. If this has to be represented, I can just say 25% and 75%. Right. So here you will be finding SWIFT, right? Some underline will be there. The moment you move your mouse and click, if you click this one Swift, it will say Swift is the best car. So this is the simple explanation about your frame set. Even you can design your own frame set. So I'm just giving you a small homework, a simple assignment rather. So when you come to your next class, you can come up with a web page or a frame display of like this. Then you have your title, like this will be your row 1, in fact this will be your row 2. So what you will be doing, instead of columns, you will be making it as rows. Maybe like this, 10%, 80%, and then in the rows, I want you to divide the row 2 into 2 columns. Row 2, row 1, row 2, row 2 into 2 columns. Maybe this is column 1, this is column 2. So I want you to have some links here about the title, the link, and when I click the links, here you have to display the contents. This is your assignment. Keep trying. Come back to the next lecture. If you have any doubts, you can clarify with me. So I hope you all understand. If there is any queries, you can ask me, please. Thank you.